Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. It's your brothers, man. Another Freestyle Friday. The hopeful elect, brother Azrael. Behind me on the screen, we got brother Denal. Towards the bottom, we got brother Obadiah. Man. We got a Freestyle Friday class for y'all today. Got a good video leading into the subject title: "You cannot serve God and Mammon." This is going to be a gut check for a lot of us. Right? This is going to be a reminder for a lot of us and an exhortation for a lot of us. Hopefully, this video will be edifying. Right? I want to say shalom to the 12 tribes and shalom to the cleavers. Also, shalom to the lost that may have just found out. And also, thank you and shalom to all those that may stop by and fellowship and watch this video. Before we get into the video, I want to give all glory and honor to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who sent his son as an instrument of salvation for the nation. And the nation is Israel, right? The video I got today, man, is a YouTube video of a brother named Gadal Hagadol, and he's an OT only brother. He's a very smart brother, though. I ain't gonna lie, he's very sharp. But the brother just has not came to the revelation that, Yahweh Shai is the way. But nonetheless, he got a good video, a reaction video that he did. I want to react to his react, right? And then we're gonna go through some precepts. Shouldn't take too long, man. Another video on this Freestyle Friday. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick.
Khan, man. Shabbat shalom too.
Khan, Shabbat shalom, man. Hope everybody endured the week, and now it's time to rest.
Reset button.
Come, man. Fair use. Fair use. We do not own the rights to this video, but we go play it. And, it's an Israelite video, so I doubt we get flagged. But because YouTube don't care about no Israelite video, and other Israelites shouldn't really care about other Israelites, using their stuff. But nonetheless, man, I'm gonna play this video, man. Let's get into it.
Supposed to be holy, and we're supposed to be different. Why do we like evil so much? We watch a lot of TV. We watch a lot of sports. We listen to a lot of songs. And all these people are worshipers of the adversary. If you don't know your homework, and if you don't know what's going on in this world, with all these actors, with all these songwriters, with all these sports entertainment people, they all is under an oath. And it's a blood oath under the devil, man. And why do we show so much love for it? We sit down, we watch their movies. We spend money, go to the movie theater, sit down and watch, spend money, go to the basketball. I'm talking to myself. We spend money, go to the basketball game, watch the basketball game. Yeah, like heathens. But yet we say we holy, and Saturday come. Oh, let me put on my turban. Oh, my bad. Let me put on my garment. Let's go. All right, serve God, yeah. But we put so much time and effort into these heathens in this heathen world. That's not holy.
Right? That's not holy. What does he mean by that's not holy? He means it's not set apart. At that point, it's a gut check, but at that point, we have assimilated into the world. At that point, we have become like the majority in the world.
Right. You got brothers up here sitting down at home all day watching Uncle School play one-on-one.
Right? people tap into to TNC, right? They know all the players in TNC, right? You got brothers that's tapped into it's not even the playoffs in the NFL right now. Brothers tapped into to each game, right?
Yeah, you got brother. Hey, everybody know what this week.
You can do a scoffing match if you want to, brother.
Look, you got everybody know what this weekend is. The Alabama versus Georgia game. Right. But as much as a brother may want to see it or may not want to see it, y'all know where we gonna be at. I'm gonna catch the reruns, man, the highlights. It's not that deep to me.
If we supposed to be holy,
Salaki too, man. I think too, like, I necessarily don't think there's nothing wrong with watching those things, but like, I guess it's like if you got the same spirit as the people that's diehard fans. What I mean by that is like, you know how it was boxing matches. You know, it was a recent boxing. It was a big boxing match that just passed, and you may have people that's watching that in the truth. And then they watch it and they acting like they're boxing. Like they so tuned in to the boxing match that they on the stream, they acting like they're boxing, like they the boxers, and they literally getting upset when they favorite boxer or favorite athlete lose. Like they throwing the TV, they burning the jerseys, right? They're punching holes in walls. Now that's OD.
Right, man.
You got a demon on you. I ain't gonna lie, that's a demon. But that's OD, man. You know what I'm
saying? Hey,
dang, y'all heard?
You know, brothers be casting lots. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying what's more OD, but you casting lots upwards of any. If you putting down more than really. Me personally, if you putting down more than $20 on any sports event, bro, I'm thinking you sold out. You really like this. You really do that sports stuff. You really into it. Because you could be doing a whole lot more with upwards of $20. You know what I'm saying? But you invest in that into sports people. And then the thing is, like, it's not even. I say it's not good money because it goes into individual players. Sometimes people get excited when players on the opposite team get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shows that you really invested in it, and it's not really something you should really be invested in. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of things you could be doing. We said it earlier, but you know, one way to keep you honest about it is if you know what I'm saying, you don't really bat an eye if you miss it. You know, the boxing match came on. I wanted to watch it, but before the bell could even ring, I'm out cold. You know what I'm saying? It's college football season. There's a game every Saturday. You think we watching them games? No, we going out to the lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta be able to compartmentalize, like the brother Obadiah was saying. And that's all we're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You know, I think it's a gut check in the aspect of we as a people have sold out for entertainment, not knowing that entertainment has been used as a tool to distract us, to subtract, to distract us, to take money from us, and to also fuel our spirits with how can I say this? Fuel our spirits with trash food, right? So to speak. This is what I mean by that, right? No way in any shape, form, or fashion will another man playing a sport, right, or portraying a movie benefit your life the way the Most High can. No way in any shape, form, or fashion can these events that we've sold out for, that we lose sleep for, that we can't wait, I'm not gonna miss this, I gotta get a ticket for this. No way, shape, or form or any of those things going to prolong our life. They have no benefit to our life, but dopamine and giving us pleasure in our flesh. And I say that to say this: when we look at boxing, we know a lot of these boxers have sold out to these Saudi Arabians and to these Muslims, right? Some people have even said they've sold their soul. And you see them, they change their names to some Arabic name. You see them put on the little robes and stuff and take pictures with them and stuff. And next thing you know, they have a new promoter, right? we know what's going on behind the scenes, but we still watch it. We still support it. We still give them our money, right? We still give them our views for viewership so that they can prolong themselves here on earth. We know how the NFL treated Colin Kaepernick. We know how they treat us when the truth Shadur Sanders, when the truth and when something good about us happens, we know how they treat us. We know it was founded on slavery, but we still support it, die hard. We still, front row, front and center, saving up our money from our check, not to go to our families, but to go to a game.
Hey man,
we know it's lucky. We know the NFL, the NBA. We know how they treated people like Kyrie Irving when the truth want to come out. We know how they're sellouts in there, but we still support them. We always talk about we need to start our own thing and all that because we love entertainment so much, but they fed us a drug. And in that drug, like the brother's saying, we become like the heathen because we're doing what the heathen doing. We supporting what the heathen supporting. If we know certain people are making covenants behind the scene when it comes to some of these movies, we know that they're doing rituals behind the scene. We know that they're praying to other gods and doing witchcraft for their success, and we're adding to their success. We become like the heathen. That's a gut check. I've told myself if I go into a gas station, I see an Indian behind the shelf, I'm liable to go back to my car and find another place because I know that they're praying to another god for their success at that corner store. That's the type of world. That's the type of world. Now you just gotta find you a Quick Trip Speedway, racetrack, one of the mainstream gas stations, Kroger. You know what I'm saying? But we live in a world. We live in a world where broad is the way, and everybody's getting in line, not because we're being forced to get in line, but because they made it a drug, they made it attractive, and they made it addictive. So now they can take their hands off of us, and we still gonna be assimilated. You might still have Israelites gathered together at some big concert, big gathering, and guess what? If the Most High wanted something evil to happen there, then Israelites gonna be caught up. If the Most High wanted somebody to get possessed in one of these movies, guess what? Them Israelites might be there. The Israelites might be at the NFL game, right? During Thanksgiving. Them Israelites might be in all these different places, right? Where they're susceptible to spiritual attack. And that's because we're following the heathen. So it is a gut check when he says stuff like this, right? And I'm sure, he's fallen victim to some of the stuff that he was calling out. We all have, and we all want to enjoy life, right? We all want to enjoy life. But check this out, right? When we look at the things the heathen have created, right? It's really we're attracted to chaos. We're attracted to chaos, drama, and what's that word? And suspense. That's what we're attracted to. But the Most High God, man, he created pastimes too. He created stuff like fishing. He created stuff like gardening and planting and just enjoying nature and things of that, and like going on a walk. You know what I'm saying? He created things that were calm. He didn't create things for us in suspense, right? So, I think it's just something to think about that we do a lot of things that the heathen do. I know we highlight holidays, right? We highlight religion, but that's not the only thing that we do, man, that the heathen do. So I'm saying, myself, I'm speaking as a man, I'm saying you don't have to cut it out your life. We shouldn't cut it out. We don't have to cut it out our life, but we should definitely take a step back. We should definitely say, you know what? I'm going to restrain myself. I really want to watch this game, and something in me wants to watch this game so bad. So my spirit's going to take over, and I'm not going to watch the game. I'll watch the highlights, even though you're available or the game is accessible to you. No, I'm not going to watch that movie. You know, I know everybody's gonna be talking about it. I know it's gonna be the highlight for about a few months on social media. I'm not gonna watch it though. Not because it's a sin, but because I'm not gonna be like everyone else. I'm not gonna take the broad way. And this practice, when you do this practice, it's gonna train you up to make hard decisions in life when it comes to it. It's gonna train you up to make spiritual decisions in life when you have to do it, right? That's all it's doing, is building up you as a man or a woman of God to be different, to be holy, to be set apart, right? That's what holy means, is to be set apart. That means you got to think different. You got to act different. You got to pay attention differently, right? That's my sense though on that before we get into scriptures. I know both of y'all has some more to say. I think Denal has something to say first.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of us got that FOMO, you know what I'm saying, fear of missing out. And we let that drive our actions to wanna see what, you know, try to keep up with the Joneses, try to see what's trendy, stay on top of the trends and stuff like that. And that kind of like the brother was saying, sometimes we got to check our fear of missing out when it comes to the world. You know, it's kind of okay to have a fear of missing out when it comes to this truth, and that's where your energy really should lie within. Is FOMO to this truth, not really FOMO for the world. And then man, I had something else to say. I lost train of thought. You go, brother Obadiah. You had something.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say, man, I think a lot of people in this truth, man, they get too caught up in sports and entertainment to the point where they're kind of idolizing it and may not know they idolizing it. Like they may be, you know, a match or a boxing match or a game might come on at a certain time, a big game. They might close camp a little earlier so they can get together and watch the game and drink a couple of drinks and cook and watch the game. So they cut camp a little short. So I think, you know, a lot of people get caught up in, like I said, it's the difference between, you know, maybe watching a highlight. So maybe you might want to watch a game, but if you know that if you got that spirit of you addicted to it, like once you watching a game, you watching another one, and you ain't read all day, but you watching all these games, like kind of binge watching, and you know, just say you a diehard Falcons fan, they lose. Now you in a bad mood all day. You out the spirit. You punching holes in walls. You know, you gambling. You always want to gamble when it comes to sports and things like that. So it's like it's definitely a spirit that you want to definitely watch out for, man. Because like the brother was saying, that's how the heathens be. Right, the heathens be putting all their time and all that, their effort and their desire in these sports and all of these movies. They be ready to go spend. They ain't got no money for no bills.
It's okay not to know every person on the roster. Right. It's okay not to know every stat. It's okay not to know every actress and actor's name. It's okay not to know. It's okay not to know, bro. Right? A lot of times, man, we get caught up in studying entertainment. And that's, you know, I'm gonna say that to me, that's a form of worship. Like the brother's saying, it's idolatry. It's okay to not know. It's okay to have missed something that the world saw, right? It's okay to not be trendy and not be in the loop. It's okay. There's other stuff that you can focus on, right? Go ahead.
I was gonna say this. It came to me, the water, Holy Spirit, right? But again, what have we been saying in the last couple lives, right? Going back to that ancient acronym WWJD. Like we talk about watching these games and going to these games and cheering and all that stuff. I when I think about what Christ would be doing right now, or if this stuff was around during him, because I'm sure they had like gladiator games and stuff like that back then. Not one was recorded that Christ was caught sitting in the back of. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, I can't picture Christ buying a ticket to go see the Hawks play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see him at a sports event. I can't even see him paying attention to it on the TV. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many other places he could be, and he said, "I'm about my Father's business."
Right. And so it's like, when you think about that, and we call ourselves some people call themselves Christians. It's a Christ-like minion. You want to do what Christ did. You want to act how Christ did, right? You got to ask yourself, will he be betting on sports games with his life, right? Will he be spending time out his day to bet on sports games, to join a fantasy football league and all of this stuff? Will he be doing that?
You gotta think, man. You gotta think. This is time and effort that you're putting into it. And you can always say what your time and effort could go to that's righteous and not worldly, right? One more thing, and I'll say, and I'll play this video again, and then we'll get into these precepts. These people that we idolize, they don't even know your name. And if they saw you, they wouldn't stop for you. We've made them idols at concerts. We made them idols, movies and sports, comedy, right? We made them idols. They don't even know your name. And you go into bat for them in your living room against your best friend, screaming up and down. You going, I just love Denzel. I support everything. He don't even know you. You just wasting time. He's doing something with his life. You could be doing something with your life, and you could be doing something for God with your life, right? I'm gonna play this one more time, and then we'll get into these precepts real quick. Shouldn't be a long lesson, man.
And we're supposed to be different. Why do we like evil so much? We watch a lot of TV. We watch a lot of sports. We listen to a lot of songs. And all these people.
Oh, that's another thing too. I know I said concerts, but these songs. We know that a lot of these artists have sold out. Yet we still have Israelites going to Beyonce concerts, going to NBA YoungBoy concerts, going to Travis Scott concerts. We know that these people done sold out. We know that they witches. We know that they, into witchcraft and wizardry. We know that they open about it, but yet we still support them. We're not holy. And then you make up excuses saying you can have a pastime. Ain't nothing wrong with having fun in this life. And come on now, the heart is deceitfully and desperately wicked. Stop making excuses for supporting the enemy. You can't have two masters, man. Read the title of the lesson. You can't serve God and Mammon.
Worshippers of the adversary. If you don't know your homework, and if you don't know what's going on in this world with all these actors, with all these songwriters, with all these sports entertainment people, they all is under an oath. And it's a blood oath under the devil, man. And why do we show so much love for it? We sit down, we watch their movies. We spend money, go to the movie theater, sit down and watch, spend money, go to the basketball. I'm talking to myself. We spend money, go to basketball game, watch the basketball game. Yeah, like heathens. But yet we say we holy, and Saturday come. Oh, let me put on my turban. Oh, my bad. Let me put on my garment. Let's go. All right, serve God, yeah. But we put so much time and effort into these heathens in this heathen world. That's not holy.
Come on, man. Shalom to the brother for joining, the brother Isaiah.
Shalom, King.
Shalom. We get into this first precept, man. You know how we do. Start from the top going down. So the brother Denal got the first one. Matthew 6:24.
Matthew 6:24 says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and Mammon.
Can't serve two masters. You can't serve them with two masters with your time. Can't serve two masters with your money. Can't serve two masters with your praise. You got to pick one or the other. You got to pick one or the other, right? Let's get the next verse, Jeremiah 17:5.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 5, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord.
Right? When you trust in man, and your heart's desperately wicked, and your heart wants to support man over supporting God, right? You'll depart from the Lord, right? Because you're such a Cam Newton fan, you just believe everything that brother say. And it just makes sense to you. You're going to find yourself departing from the Lord, right? Let me see if the next verse I want. No, I ain't going into that. Let's get this. Proverbs 3:6, Brother Obadiah.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Right? Let me go back to verse 5. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding.
Don't lean to your own understanding, man. Your own understanding gonna say, you good, player. Your own understanding gonna say, hey, man, stop being so legalistic. It's not even a sin. You straight. Don't lean to your own understanding, right? You have something to say? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, yeah, like the brother was saying, man, and it also goes back to, like, you know, the lesson that we did a while back. I won't say it was a while back, but being born again and circumcising your heart, because it's just like, even though certain stuff that may not be a sin, you know, like the spirit will be on you, be like, bro, nah, like, just say, for example, going to the club. I know it's a lot of people that's in the truth that still go to clubs and things like that. The spirit, the spirit will tell you, like, nah, bro, like, it ain't a sin nowhere in the Bible that say thou shalt not go to a club. But, if you just sit down real quick and just really meditate on things, and weigh it out, the pros and cons of going to a club is like, you're going around people that's intoxicated, drunk and high. They not thinking about the Most High. Then you gonna see naked women, so you may be tempted, and you may want to do something.
Yeah, that goes.
What you said, Kid?
Salaki, I was gonna say, man, that goes into another topic, right? Not just idolizing people, but idolizing hobbies. Is your hobby like the heathen? Do you like going to the clubs after you know the knowledge of the truth? Like the brother said, somebody can say it's not a sin. It's not a sin. It's not written in the law. Somebody can say that, but is it what the heathen are doing? When you look at the heathen are putting their lives in danger a lot of times. You gonna jump off a cliff just because the heathen are doing it? Are you gonna, and jump off a cliff into a pond and record it with a GoPro? Nah, that's literally the opposite of Christ. Christ didn't jump, and he knew he would be okay, right? So a lot of the hobbies that we do, we got to check them and see why we're doing the hobbies. Are we doing the hobbies because somebody else make it look fun? Somebody go to the club, take pictures in the section. You like, they got the jewelry on. You like the atmosphere, the way it looks. You think it's cool. You got to check yourself on these things, man. We got to stop just assimilating to the heathen and what the heathen do.
And then another example, another thing too, two things. Like I said, people in the club intoxicated. So they can start shooting, and you in the middle of the club when it's a shootout with your fringes on. And it's another thing too. We out there, especially if you a teacher or you a pastor or whatever, and you out there talking to our people, telling them to repent, telling the sisters to dress more modest, telling the brothers to put down the blunt. And then when it's nighttime, you going in the area around them, and they all doing that, and you just chilling with them.
And you
So you
dapping them
rebuke
up.
them when they're at camp, but when it comes to the club, you don't rebuke them. You just in there chilling with them.
Man, and I'm gonna say this too. Brothers gotta give up stuff that sound cool to the world. I'm gonna go to the strip club because they got good chicken wings. Come on, bro. There's so many chicken wings everywhere. And I'm saying this because we know Israelites that say stuff like this. We know Israelites that do stuff like this. This is called assimilating into the world, man. Making excuses, right? Look, read this precept because we went and got this precept before we started the lesson. It wasn't part of the lesson, but it's part of the lesson, right? Read this real quick. This used to be a banger when we first came into truth, right? Sirach chapter 32 and verse 17.
Sirach chapter 32 to 17, it says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
Hey, a sinful man gonna find a way to explain why he doing what he doing. Just like Cam in that interview that he did with Jason Wilson, right? Go ahead, brother.
Well, Con, yeah. And another thing too, man. Hey, what I was going to say? Oh yeah, another thing too, man. That just I don't know if this relates to the top what I was finna say, but I guess it goes back to like just moving in the spirit. Like if you're around somebody that may just say you may keep the Saturday Sabbath, right, and a brother may keep the lunar, and you know it's his understanding of the lunar. You know that's it's his Sabbath, or he think the Sabbath is. I'm not gonna go in the store and buy around him because you know that's what he think the Sabbath is. But you got some brothers brothers don't care. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna eat. I don't care. And Paul spoke something similar about that. I'm not sure exactly what he said about in that area, man. Just don't do it. You know, if you know a brother, you know, may do something differently, just don't like. I remember like shout out to these brothers on the screen though, man. I remember times prisoner Howard Shy, or just in general, man. You know how some other brothers may feel differently about the hat situation, about you know teaching with your hat on. So these brothers, you know, they didn't really come to unity camps with their hats on because they know that some brothers may feel some type of way about that because they see a different understanding. I got a different understanding when it comes to that, and that's how you got when you move in the spirit. Certain things that may seem little to a lot of people, you would think about ahead of time, and it'd be like, man, okay, I ain't gonna do this because of this. But some brothers just don't. That's how you know when a brother ain't really moving in the spirit, or a sister, they just do something, and then they go to the law and say, well, I can do it. But that's not always the case, man. But I yield on that.
Hey, you know, another thing too. You had something to say, Isaiah?
Y'all must ain't never had them chicken wings.
Oh my God. Hey,
I'm just messing with you.
Check it out though. Another example, right? You might have brothers that smoke, man. Whether it's weed, cigarettes, cigars, right? I'm on you, right? Gut check. Why are you smoking? Is it because of the aesthetic? You like the aesthetic, and when you see pictures of other people doing it, is it the feeling? Is it, what are you doing it for? It's not for the Most High. It's not set apart. You've assimilated to the heathen. The heathen have made something, once again, the heathen have made something popular that you want to be a part of. You want to be able to say, yeah, I do that too. You want to be in a conversation with the random person at the gas station. Yeah, I get this type. Oh, what's that type? Right? It's so many things that we've assimilated into this world. And because it's not a sin, we have licensed ourselves to do it. Right? Read verse 6 though, Obadiah, real quick.
Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Right? Once we acknowledge God, and before you do anything, acknowledge God. He's going to direct you if you should be doing it or not. He's going to direct you if it's okay or not. A lot of times we don't acknowledge God though. A lot of times we do it with the notion of, I know what God would want, but we don't stop and actually acknowledge God before we do it. We just keep God in the back of our mind instead of the front of our mind. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I actually had seen this on YouTube. It was somebody talking about the Hebrew Israelites and things like that. How how they be talking about us. And I seen the sister in the comments. She was like, yeah. She was like, yeah. One of them told me to dress more modest, and he ended up getting my number right afterwards. So I'm like, that's the problem. Like, bro, like you telling the sister, hey, sis, you gotta dress more modest, Then you trying to flirt with it and get a number right after. So it's like certain things that we just, and it comes with growth in the spirit, man. It just comes with growth, and certain things you just don't do.
And you know what you just told that girl? You just told that girl you're doing a good job. What you sought out for when you left the house to get men to want you, it's working. So why would she listen to you now? Because obviously whatever she did, it got your attention. Whether you agree with what she wants, what she doing or not, she accomplished her mission. And a lot of times that's what's going on. These wicked people that make movies and sell out behind scenes, you go see the movie, they got what they wanted. You go and you download somebody's album, play their music, go to their concert. Guess what? They don't care if you agree with them or not. They got what they wanted out of you. Same thing with these, but all these things, right? They don't care if you disagree with them. They got what the NFL don't care if you think that they're founded on slavery. They just care that you spending their money to buy tickets and tune in. So we gotta check ourselves and ask ourselves: are we really set apart? We separate? We holy? Go ahead.
So like, and another thing too, man. I think this is more so veered towards just the brothers, like our brothers in the truth in general, man. We gotta get to the point, like we gotta stop liking, like heard a brother say, I heard a brother say he liked the toxic, he liked toxic women. He liked when women tell him to shut up. He liked when the women talk back. He liked when the women wear the booty shorts and got the BBLs and got the breasts out. I'm like, bro, that got to come a time, like, we shouldn't like these things. We shouldn't like toxic women. We shouldn't like when women got their butt out, got the BBL. We shouldn't like them when they got the boobs out and the surgery on the lips and stuff like that. It got to come a time where we're like, nah, that shouldn't attract us. But that just shows you what type of spirit. If you like toxic women and you like just women that dress like provocative and things like that, that's something you gotta try your spirit out and see what's going on within you. Cause we're not supposed to like these things, man. But you got it, King.
I was gonna add too, man. Just want to satisfy your flesh when you sit up here and have these, I guess you could say, characteristics about a woman that turns you on, but those characteristics are not of the Lord. A woman acting out of order towards her husband, if that is something that you desire to have, hey, the Lord will give you over to that, and you better be careful what you wish for, because you may think that that's attractive and cute until you got to deal with it every day of your life. Now your life is a living hell, and that's what the wisdom of Sirach tells us. A wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked man. You know what I'm saying? So as a brother that's supposed to be in the truth, like the title says, you pretty much can't serve God and mammon. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be a lover of the world and lover of the Most High. You got to hate the things that the world promotes because it's anti-progress to what the end goal is, which is for us to be in the kingdom, for us to return our land, and for everyone to be under the rulership and authority of the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Bakan.
It's just real quick. It's just a red flag too, man. If you're attracted to disobedience and lasciviousness, if that's what attracts you, right? It's a red flag because you only gonna like what's inside of you, to be honest. Yeah. So if you like disobedience, you probably disobedient yourself. If you like lasciviousness and over sexualized behavior, you probably got over sexualized behavior within yourself. Just kind of, it's like the scripture he just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? It's a red flag.
Yeah, man. If the same people you're trying to witness to and bring into the truth are under that girl's likes, bruh, and that girl ain't got no clothes on, you shouldn't be under that girl likes, bruh. The same people you trying to get at, you telling me you're acting just like them? Come on now. You assimilating into the world. And
Yeah, man.
you tell yourself, it's not a sin to like beautiful girls. It's not a sin to give her a like or a comment. Guess what though? The people that are under those likes and comments, just go read them comments. Go look at who liked it. It's gonna be your homeboys from back in the world. The comments gonna be crazy, and you're not set apart anymore. You're no longer holy unto God. You're not set apart. You're like everybody else. Go ahead.
We gotta do better, man. It comes down to a lack of even caring at this point, because social media has got to a point where it'll tell on you, and brothers know that, and they still can't control themselves. There's no way I should be scrolling down and a random post of Cardi B pops up on my feed. I don't even follow Cardi B, but if she pops up on my feed, it's the algorithm or whatever. I shouldn't be able to. The first 5 people that's on her likes are little bubbles of their avatar, right? The first 5 people I see on her likes is in the truth. That's crazy. And that happens more times than not, because you guys don't realize, like, the way social media is set up, it's gonna put the people that you follow in the likes in the preview before it does anybody else. And y'all are just sitting up here not even thinking nobody knows what y'all doing.
Yeah,
of course, we know that God can see everything you're doing. You think you're doing something behind closed doors, it's actually being privy to the people that's in your so-called community. We can all see that.
Yeah, and you think like the Salaki, I lost my train of thought, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, not even to the brother Denal point, not even just to the celebrities. I feel like if you on social media, right, and you see a brother or sister post something crazy, like just say you a sister, right, and you see another sister that's supposed to be in the truth, and she posts a picture of something or half naked, and you have sisters liking and commenting. A brother may post something crazy on social media, and instead of brothers, like hitting them up, bro, what going on, bro? Like, hey, that's madness. Brothers liking the photo, brothers commenting, like, bro, like
it's support. Like, it's wicked, and you under the comments talking about Shalom family. you on there with the fire emojis to the girl, and she got her whole backside showing, and the smaller her back and everything, man. Like, we gotta stop being like the world, man. I think a lot of us are we're so afraid of being legalistic and over righteous that we become so lukewarm. And for example, another example before we move on from that topic, a lot of brothers will be under a lot of girls that are on OnlyFans, right? They'll follow them, like their stuff, comment on their stuff, knowing that they own OnlyFans. Brother, she prostituting her body. That means you are suffering her to sin, because guess what? She's profiting off of your likes. She's getting more confidence from your likes, and you're adding to that. So by default, you're in sin, yes, brother, by liking and commenting. Right?
I didn't think about it like that.
We don't even have self-restraint to not like and comment.
Right? No self-control. You guys don't want to think like. For me, I'm like, because girls like that in the world, they're super arrogant, and they're any little thing blows up their head, and so it's like, I hate the fact that they can possibly be like, who, them Israelite niggas? Yeah, they be in my likes too. They be in my DMs too. I hate that.
I hate it.
I hate the fact that somebody can say that.
Because we're not holy no more. We're not set apart no more, man.
Oh, you think them Israelite niggas is
It's
all holy
righteous.
about the Bible, but they be in my DMs too.
Yeah,
One of
man.
them find me out.
That's a pet peeve of mine too, because it's just like, bruh, like it makes it harder for the brothers out here trying to labor and teach the word and tell people to repent and follow the ways of the Lord. When you got brothers teaching that, but then behind closed doors, hopping in girls' DMs trying to make them their 15th wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. Like, bruh, brothers gotta again control your flesh, dog. You gotta put your flesh in captivity because your flesh is causing you to err. And it's making it harder for us to truly bring our people into the light because you so filled with darkness, man.
Yeah, and you got Israelite sisters. They might be under NBA YoungBoy's comment or Lil Baby's comment. He is kind of cute. I don't know. Am I tripping? He is starting to look kind of cute. Bro, if you an Israelite, you shouldn't even be entertaining nothing like that. You shouldn't be in support of any of these men that aren't doing their duties as fathers and husbands. You shouldn't be in support of that just because everybody else is, just because it's the hot take of the month, right? But let's move along, man. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14, and it reads, Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
It's too bad Gadal is OT only because this precept goes straight with the video he just recorded. What do you have doing with unbelievers? And what do you have in common with unbelievers? What hobbies coexist together? What train of thoughts coexist with unbelievers? What fellowship do you have with unbelievers? You got to be set apart, man. We got to be separate. Sometimes it sucks to be separate, man. But chastisement is love according to God. Let's get the next precept, Matthew 7 and 13.
Matthew 7 and 13, it says, Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
A rule of thumb, good, safe rule of thumb. If the masses are doing it, think twice. If the masses are gonna be here, think twice. Right?
Go get that Popeyes chicken sandwich, man.
That Popeyes chicken sandwich, you know, we see what happened. Everybody fighting, and we don't even know what they put in that chicken.
Come on, bro. So y'all didn't try that chicken sandwich?
I did not. I know Denal probably did.
No, I tried it after the trend, like months and months after, almost a year after the trend. But during the trend, I didn't get in that line at all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know during the trend, I was telling people to not go. I was on my Instagram, like I was bringing out this preset right here every day. I said, man, do not go get that chicken sandwich. And then when everybody started fighting and some people got killed, well, I went even harder. I was like, see what happened? Y'all playing. It was a lot of things trending during COVID, man, that everybody was just falling into trends, man. There was another chicken sandwich, I think, that went viral, and some other stuff too.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even jump on the trend with the chicken sandwich for Popeyes at first. I ended up trying it because my roommate was talking about he was gonna go get one, but this was like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Like post drop of that chicken sandwich, and it started to kind of cool down a little bit, but it was still kind of crazy and hectic, you know, the amount of people that was in line and the amount of wait time you had to wait for. You know,
was dying,
was it that good though?
I'm not gonna lie, man. Bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was the one I had was pretty straight, man. I went to the Popeyes in Perry, Georgia, right there by the interstate. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it was actually pretty good, you know. And I think it was a big thing because Popeyes chicken was a lot of people's favorite chicken. But when you talk about dropping a chicken sandwich, they like, oh, I can only imagine how this tastes. So that's why people ended up getting them. But
you know, the crazy part is the chicken sandwich wasn't even new. They been had the chicken sandwich. I will say it was decent. It was pretty good. Even to this day, like if you go get one, it is pretty good. They still got
I ain't had one in some years.
But you know what happens is it's the same thing. Social media will have some random person do a review of something, and then they'll pay a bunch of people to like and share that review, and next thing you know, that advertisement has everybody thinking it's a new popular trend. Now everybody's going to do it. But like the sister said too in the comments, you know, think even like the Stanley Cups, man. The Stanley Cups, you know, I'm a Stanley girl and all that, you know, everybody getting in all these different colors and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that all of us fall victim to, man. Acting like the world, right? Going the broad way, not knowing a lot of this stuff got chemicals in it, not knowing a lot of this stuff can hurt us, not knowing a lot of this stuff could damage us. We just doing what everybody else doing and thinking it's just fine and dandy.
Hey,
One thing we all fall victim to is them Apple products.
True.
Hey, y'all remember when I sent that? Y'all remember I sent that picture? The little girl was dressed like a Stanley Cup for Halloween.
Yeah.
Utter madness.
Yeah, man. You know that's
utter madness.
That's how big the trend got, though, right? Stanley was the big thing.
But to dress like a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, we used to dress like Pokemons and ninjas, and now they dressing like Stanley Cups.
Stanley Cup, man. That's embarrassing. You let your child come outside.
What are you for Halloween? I'm a Stanley Cup.
With the straw inside the cup,
Yeah.
With the hands, the hands was outside the suit. She had the straw on the side of her head. I'm like, yeah, that's embarrassing. That's
yeah, man.
That's terrible.
Romans 6:16.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
Romans
6:16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves. My bad. Let me read that again. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Right. So a lot to unpack, man. We know this is not talking about the literal sin unto death. This is just talking about the sin that leads to eternal death, right? Because it's comparing it to obedience unto righteousness, right? But going to the top, you know, it's talking about exactly what we're talking about. Whoever you yield yourself to, meaning you let take over, that's who you are servant to. You can only be a servant to one thing at a time, man. With any decision you make, any choice you decide, you're a servant to something. It's either going to be something good or something bad. It's going to be righteousness or it's going to be worldly. It's going to be flesh or it's going to be spirit, right? And we have to have a good, just balance, right? At the end of the day, when he comes back for his reward, you better be found serving righteousness the majority of the time. Because whoever you yield to Beyonce, you're a servant of Beyonce. You making excuses to be a part of the beehive. And you have no excuse. They openly are witches. And the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live. Right? These are the things that we tell ourselves are okay, man. But all it is assimilating to Mammon. Right? All it is us serving Mammon with our offerings. Right? Our offerings of praise, our offerings of money, our offerings of parties, our offerings of hymns, right?
And I ain't gonna lie, I try my hardest not to get involved in like celebrity drama and stuff, because honestly, I don't care. And I got too much going on in my life, and it doesn't matter like who are these people that I need to be that invested. But I did pay attention to a little bit of the, Young Thug being released and the cold conversation with Gunna. I mean, not conversation, but the whole ordeal with Gunna, and I commented on stuff a couple times, but then I had to think it to myself. I was like, man, what am I doing sitting up here wasting my time feeding into this, rap beef, when at the end of the day, it don't matter, And I'm just like, man, I could be using this time to drop precepts about, who we are, drop precepts about the kingdom. And I find myself doing that sometimes. And I think that there's a lot of things that I could correct when it comes to that, because again, sometimes it's pointless stuff. I'm a coach, so sometimes I'll be dropping like football stuff, but at the end of the day, how much more the commandments of the Lord? Because at the end of the day, like the brother Azrael said earlier, the NFL don't care that you really hate their policies and stuff, and how you hate how they run their organizations. All they care about is, niggas, you gonna tune into this football game because that gives us money. And long as you doing that, long as you commenting, you giving them all the media and publicity that they need to be a successful organization, to be a successful agency, and that's going to, you know, further the affliction, if you will. So just got to think about it.
Like Proverbs 3:6, when we read that, and all that ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Before you do that comment, before you do that like, before you press play, right? Before you buy this, buy that, before you say this, say that, acknowledge God first. And what you do after won't fail. A lot of times we just think we got it together, and you know, we forget to acknowledge God first, right? Go ahead.
Y'all seen that one guy with the podcast, man? I think it's like something about eggs or something, eggs and breakfast or something like that.
Eggs and grits.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The dude with the dreads.
Yeah, he be wearing that black hat that say grits.
Yeah, man. So like, y'all seen that one video he did where he was saying, people keep saying, we're not our ancestors. As it's like a flex, and he's like, "You right, we not our ancestors. Shit, our ancestors, they boycotted a whole transportation system for more than 2 years to prove a point. But when I told niggas, let's boycott the NFL, niggas said, hold up now, hold up. No,
I mean, you gotta truly think about this too. Like
without the NFL, bro, I don't know if America gonna be the same. I don't know if we can boycott the NFL. I love my football now. And it's like, bro, come on now, right?
You gotta think about this, like, bro. You know how, you know, just say, man, just say going back to Colin Kaepernick, bro. Like, you know, if all the black people is like, man, you know what? I'm not watching the NFL no more. They did Colin Kaepernick wrong. And they stopped tuning in to the games. They stopped going to the games. Bro, the NFL would lose. They would lose. They wouldn't be on NFL. They'll start trying to serve us.
Not a lot of people, but a lot, you know, some black men did, you know, stop watching. But, you know, the NFL tricky, man. They go ahead and apologize to Cam, say you can come back. Now, a lot of people think, you know, the NFL, they made amends. I can start watching it again, you know. Another thing that people assimilate into this world, I forgot to mention it, is political parties. Just because the masses are doing it. It's okay to be the outcast and say, nah, I didn't vote. It's okay to say, nah, I'm not with either side. Just because the pressure is on you to pick a side, it's okay to not be in the midst of all of that, man. It's okay to pick the flaws out of both, right? It's okay. And a lot of us, we've sold out even to that aspect, and we've made our parties our gods, and we serve our parties. Our party, the Democratic Party, could tell the blacks and Hispanics, hey, every week for 3 weeks, we're not going to buy or sell on Saturday. And guess what the Democrats going to do? Hey, bro, you're going to be at work. Hey, bro, you heard what Obama said? He said we shouldn't buy or sell every Saturday, bro. If you're a Democrat, we can't buy or sell. But let God say it. And niggas is acting like, hey, Jesus is our Sabbath, bro. Where's that in the Bible, bro? Oh, yeah, the Sabbath, that's on Sunday or Saturday. But let the Democratic Party say, let their political party say something, they all about it. And so, you know, we've assimilated into this world, man, and this world has more authority than this word of God does. And that's, like the video said, it makes us not holy anymore. It makes us not set apart.
Romans 1:25, it reads, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
And that's what happened, man. God made some powerful people. He made some brilliant people. He made some charismatic people. He made some influential people. And we look at that and we serve those people. We worship those people. We worship the creatures of God, and we don't worship God anymore. We worship the institutions that these creatures made, the systems that these people made, right? A lot of we worship college and degrees, right? We just to be a part of the majority, just to be popular, just to say we did something that everybody else did, right? We serve creature more than the creator, man. But
Hey,
I'm here to say you can't serve God and Mammon, right? But that's all I have for this lesson, man. Brothers can close out with closing remarks.
Can I?
You're about to say
Oh, go
something?
ahead, Obadiah.
I was just gonna say, man, I think what it is, bro, like a lot of people, they don't want to let go of the world, or they don't want to be looked at as lame. So they kind of try to bring the world into the truth, and they start trying to, do the things that the world do, or do certain trends that the world do, so they don't be looked at as like weird. They want to be looked they want to be looked at as cool, but they still want to be in the truth, but they want to be looked at from people that may be in the world, that may get a lot of women, that they got status. They want to still be looked at as cool by them, so they do certain things like go to the club and just do certain things like that. So they want to try to fit in, but we not supposed to be doing that. In this truth, we supposed to be set apart. We supposed to be making the people that's in the world try to be like us, because we trying to be like Christ, not the other way around. Like that.
Hey, and I'll say this to that too. Another thing that we do that too, like we've been talking about all day, right? We've been naming a lot of things that our people fall victim to. Another one is brands, right? If you know for a fact a brand is a satanic brand, if you know for a fact a brand is not in support of the blacks and Hispanics being God's chosen people, and they support the ADL and all of that, man, what are you doing? So giving them your money? It don't make sense to me. That's a pet peeve of mine. It do not make sense to me for you to preach the walls down and then go give them your money. It don't make sense to me, man.
Right. Go get you them G Fazos.
Go get you some
Right.
Air Force One, some Nikes or something, and you happy that you just bought this new Nike Tech suit. You giving all your money to Nike, and Nike wants you to shut up. Nike wants to tell you you're not the Jews.
Man, it's so crazy. It's so crazy, man, because like that'll really show you where your temptation. Y'all remember that story of the man when he said when we went over and we destroyed everybody, and God said don't take nothing of theirs, and that one guy, he just had to have that Babylonian garment. He just had to have it. It's just like the same thing today, right? Now I'd be lying if I said Nike didn't come out with some nice looking stuff, right? But how they did Kanye, how they did Kyrie, there's no way I can accept. I told myself this. I said, man, I'm not buying Nike unless Kyrie Irving turns around and starts buying Nike again. And I know that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? When Kyrie Irving can come out and say that he is a Shemite, that he knows he's a Hebrew, and they take away his whole deal from that, right? When he can do that and they take away his whole deal from that, there's no way that I'm preaching the same thing that Kyrie said and I'm going to support them. That's like a brand saying that Yahushua is not the way, the truth, and the light, right? And he was a wine bibber and all of this stuff, right? And you still going to support that brand. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Kyrie is Yahushua, but I'm saying it's the principle.
Nike saying, shut up, stop doing so much studying. Nobody cares who y'all really are. Just buy this Nike. And this is the thing. The heathen don't even wear Nike as much as our people wear it. We the ones that make Nike cool.
You know what's the crazy thing is? The crazy part is they didn't hesitate to cut Kyrie, and he had the #1 shoe sales in the NBA. But you know what they did? This is how simple our people are. First of all, sports in general is simple, are simple-minded entertainment. Why do I say that? A brother will throw a ball to another brother and he'll catch it, and a nigga jumping out his seat. Bro, that's simple. A brother will take a ball and throw it into a basket. It'll go in. A brother getting lit. This simple-minded stuff.
We don't know them.
This is how simple it gets, though, right? Any real person, anybody that has any common sense will know that they just took Kyrie Irving's logo off the shoe and put Ja Morant's logo on the shoe because all Ja Morant shoes are the same as Kyrie's, bro. It's crazy to almost to a T. When you look at it's a Kyrie Irving shoe. They can do that with us, right? They get, oh, this nigga, oh, he's out the picture. This nigga in, oh, you're replaceable, buddy, right? And they'll never bat an eye.
We're gonna get a black dude. We're gonna get a black dude that sags his pants and plays with guns, and we're gonna make him the face of Nike basketball. And that's what he did the job. We don't want you to know about the truth of you, the Hebrews. We want you to be gangsters.
Let me tell you what's even crazier, since we're talking about Nike. All right, you'll have people may keep this Saturday Sabbath. Some people may say, oh, well, that's idolatry because you worshiping Saturn. But then they'll turn around and wear Nike, which is named after a Greek goddess. So it's like, I just thought about that when brother was speaking on Nike.
They be decked out in Nike, decked out in Balenciaga.
Man, bro. Balenciaga is even crazier, man, because they was caught with, I guess you could say explicit images. They have a lot of dark imagery when it comes to their, I guess you could say, founder and the whole image that they represent. And it was a sister in the truth that was notorious. I think she's in GOCC, but it was a sister in the truth. She used to be a, exotic dancer. She used to make a lot of money, used to be famous, really used to have a lot of following. And she came into the truth and she burned all her Balenciaga and she burned all her Gucci and Prada and stuff like that, man. And she did whole videos, talking about casting down public images and stuff like that. She said she was changing her life. Now, this happened years ago, but I'm just referencing this because it was a lot of Jake and a lot of Eve in the comments pretty much saying like, girl, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Go back to shaking that thing. You know what I'm saying? Girl, ain't nobody trying to listen to what you talking about. Like, oh, so you really think something wrong with it? Oh my gosh, y'all be thinking too much. And a lot of brothers are saying, our people are simple. But I did want to read one precept if I could. I want to go to 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. 1 John 2 and 15.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, man. We got to put away the things of the world for the sake of the Father, man, because at the end of the day got to end. And that means pretty much that, like, all this stuff, man, is going to come to naught, That quote I just quoted, at the end of the day got to end. That quote, it's funny that I referenced that, through the spirit, because that quote came from Glorilla when they had Glorilla on a political platform trying to talk about politics, when Glorilla is known for speaking, talking about secular music, doing abominable things, saying abominable things. And they had her in a political setting where she didn't deliver. And that's what they do with our people. They take these rappers and artists and they put them as political figureheads in our communities as if that's who's supposed to represent us because of their popularity. But you know what? They put them up and we accept the fact that they put them up. We don't want to put up the true intellectual people in our community because they know, well, they and we know that those intellectual people really go against our fleshly desires in a lot of ways, right? If you had brothers on the screen representing the so-called black community, right? And then you had our Northern Kingdom brothers, some Hispanic brothers, right, representing the Hispanic community. We know that a lot of our people would be against us just because we simply wouldn't go for a lot of what the world allows us to go for. And that's because, again, we love the world too much. So you just got to remind yourself to kind of draw back from the world from time to time. Not even from time to time. Every day of your life, you need to draw back from the world, because at the end of the day, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. But with that, I yield. Mighty lesson. Shabbat Shalom.
Come on, man. Hey, look, man. This is the last thing I'll say. Uh, I gotta be honest. I was trying to get into football a little bit more this year, the NFL. Just keeping up with the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? But I want to tell y'all something crazy, right? So, in me doing that, I was like, man, I gotta be able to watch these games somehow. They all don't stream for free, so let me go ahead and get YouTube TV, right? I get YouTube TV, bro. That joker says $82 a month, right? Now, so I start the free trial, and I'm in a group chat with some brothers, right, from high school, and they let me know, yeah, it's $82 a month, and I said, hold up though, why is saying I can't watch the game when Atlanta plays at home? It says I can't watch no Georgia games because I live in Georgia. I was like, what's this? Yeah, you got to buy the backstage pass or the NFL ticket or something like that. That's an extra $34 on top of that $82 a month. I said, bro, so you want me to pay upwards of $130 to watch football? Everybody in the group chat from my high school, bro, they talking about something. Yeah, bro, the price you got to pay to watch football, but how else we gonna do it? I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Just to watch. Y'all don't watch nothing else on YouTube TV, just football, and that's what you paying a month? That's crazy. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not
That's
even going
a month.
And so watch this. We got to get rid of that spirit, right? Because it's a certain spirit that every brother knows, right? Football comes back into town. The first preseason game come on. Everybody knows a brother that they from the world or in the truth. They got that spirit that we're so back, baby spirit, right? Football's back. We're so back. We're so back, baby, right? We got to get rid of that spirit, bro. Brothers really like it's almost like Christmas season when NFL season comes around for a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they just get giddy, their spirit gets lifted up, and it's just madness and folly.
I'm gonna put it like this, bro. I am a coach of sports, so I guess you could say my outlook on it is a bit different. But I will say this: I definitely don't watch sports as much as like people may think. Like, because I'm a coach, people think I'm always invested in sports. But to be told, man, I don't even keep up with football no more like I used to. Like when I was in the world, man, I used to faithfully make sure I had a football game on. Now, don't get me wrong. If there's I will watch a game, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will watch a game if it's on TV, like if I catch a game or if they streaming the game on like YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because they do that sometimes. If I see it, I'll probably sit back and watch it, you know what I'm saying, if I ain't got nothing else going on. But truth be told, man, I don't even keep up with sports, not even the NBA, not the MLB, not the NHL, not FIFA, none of the sports across the world. I really don't keep up with as much anymore because, again,
Brother didn't say the NFL though.
Nah, I just said the NFL.
No,
I
you
just said
didn't.
the NFL. Yeah, I did. I said the
You say the
NFL.
NFL.
None of the major sports leagues, NFL, NBA, all of that stuff, bro. I really don't keep up with as much anymore because, like I said, genuinely, it's just one. When you become an adult and you get older, bro, there's a lot more problems in the world, and watching the football game is not going to help eliminate that issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about our people a lot more than I think about Patrick Mahomes throwing another touchdown pass. I'm even and now I will say this: I am in a fantasy football league, but I don't even really be on the app as much as I could be, or as much as I used to be when I first joined that league, because again, all of this was pre-truth. So, a lot of times, man, it's just coming from the understanding of how much more, I guess, the understanding of John 3:30. He must increase and I must decrease. So sometimes I just think about how ways I can decrease myself. And one thing I've been trying to do is eliminate, my desire to watch sports a lot. You know, I already coach, and I feel like that's more than enough already. So I try my hardest, you know what I'm saying, really to not really watch it, because at the end of the day, having a wife, having children, I could be giving that time to them. You know, I could be getting on the live with the brothers. You know, there's so many other things that I could do with that extra time of desiring to keep up with the world of sports that I just don't have the desire for no more. So yeah, like the brother said, we got to change our mind when it comes to that, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this, and then we'll end out by playing the video one more time. When I was younger, man, we used to have Jordans, like in high school, middle school. You know, our friends around us didn't know that a lot of the Jordans we had was fake Jordans, but nonetheless, we had a decent amount of Jordans. And I used to have some friends be like, "Bro, y'all so rich, y'all got all the Jordans, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah." And I was like, "Bro, you do realize I don't play video games. Y'all parents bought y'all systems, and each of those games is like $60, $80, and y'all got stacks of games." I said, if y'all didn't buy games, y'all would be able to have shoes too. But I'm saying that just to say, where your priority is, that's where your heart is, that's where your treasure gonna be. So just like the brother Isaiah said, man, it gets to a point to where you realize my heart is in something that's not giving back to me. And we got to put our heart into something that's going to give back to us. And that's our community, our people, our God. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look up, the stuff that we are pouring into does not pour back into us. These concerts, these movies, these games, these political parties, it does not pour back into us. But God will pour back into us if we put our heart set on him, right? So I'm going to play this video, and then at the end of the video, we'll salute out.
If we're supposed to be holy and we're supposed to be different, why do we like evil so much? We watch a lot of TV. We watch a lot of sports. We listen to a lot of songs. And all these people are worshipers of the adversary. If you don't know your homework, and if you don't know what's going on in this world, with all these actors, with all these songwriters, with all these sports entertainment people, they all is under an oath. And it's a blood oath under the devil, man. And why do we show so much love for it? We sit down, we watch their movies. We spend money, go to the movie theater, sit down and watch, spend money, go to the basketball. I'm talking to myself. We spend money, go to the basketball game, watch the basketball game. Yeah, like heathens. But yet we say we holy, and Saturday come. Oh, let me put on my turban. Oh, my bad. Let me put on my garment. Let's go. All right, serve God, give. But we put so much time and effort into these heathens in this heathen world. That's not holy.
Yeah. Putting time and effort into heathens and heathen things. That's not holy, man. But with that, we're gonna say Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Hope everybody has a mighty Sabbath. And like Christ said, if you're not gathering the people, you're scattering the people, man. Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom.
Yeah, shalom. Can I get a yeah? Yeah, yeah.